Guys, you do not need to spend your entire life in the gym. You do not need to be spending 5, 6, 7 days a week training. You right now are probably pushing far too hard, chasing leaner, chasing more muscle mass, but yet not seeing the results that you actually want to see. You're either getting fat or you're not growing muscle. You see other people around you progressing and you are staying the same. Every time you go all in, you will burn out. You will not have a future. You will not see the results that you want to see. That sound familiar? Well, I have been there. Fun fact, personal share. Me now, my goals are changing. I'm going into a new phase when it comes to my own training. I've built a physique that I'm pretty damn proud of. I have a pretty good accomplishment list when it comes to being in the gym, competing in my first bodybuilding show, developing a physique that most guys would kill for. Trying to not be arrogant about that, but it is true. Now, I have done that and I've spent time doing it. My goal isn't to train all the time. My goals have changed. My goals in the past have been very much pushing extremes, doing as much as I possibly can, but now, for the first time ever, I am changing my approach. So, this will be the first time I have ever trained less than 5 days a week in the gym. For the last 8, 9, probably 10 years, I have trained 6 times, 7 times at different phases of my life. This will be the first time I've ever dropped below 5. And I remember being skeptical the first time I've ever dropped below 5. I dropped to 5, not below 5. This will be the first time I have ever done cardio for health and for fitness instead of to push an extreme cut. And this will be the first time I'm not pushing my weight up drastically with nutrition or pulling my weight down drastically by dieting. This is going to be the first time that I really keep everything moderate and spend less time in the gym, because it's not about pushing harder. It is simply about doing what you need to see results. And that is what I do with my clients. I've been pushing myself to an extreme, holding myself to a great standard, but now it's time to change. And I think a lot of guys need to hear this too. You do not need to always be pushing massive effort to see phenomenal results. So right now you may be thinking, but that's what it takes. Do more, you get more. Push calories up as high as you can, gain more weight. But that's the lie. That is the lie that is told in social media that gets you bought in, that makes you feel insecure, that gets you burning out. Most men do not need an extreme to see phenomenal results. And I guarantee most guys that try that extreme approach burn out and are very, very inconsistent. You really need something that works. And by the end of this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how you can develop your physique, develop your self-image, be proud of yourself, be confident when you look in the mirror without wrecking your energy levels, without sacrificing and putting all your time into the gym, without sacrificing your life just to look a certain way. Because at the end of the day, what's the point in having a sick body if you don't have a life to go with it, right? Now, a lot of you are probably thinking that doesn't work. You are talking crap. I've seen these bodybuilders I follow and this is what they do. And if they're the highest level, why should I need to do that? Because you aren't a bodybuilder. So stick around in this video and I'm going to cover everything you need to do to look like someone that is fit, aesthetic, got an awesome shape, but also has control over your life and is confident as all hell. So first off, you do not need to be like a bodybuilder on prep to diet down. You do not need to eat a massive amount, 6, 7, 8 meals plus to gain muscle. You do not need to be going and getting fast food, bashing pizzas, doing insane things to see progress just because you've seen people do it. You don't need 6 days a week in the gym, 7 days a week. You do not need to be bashing cardio. You really don't. And I promise you that sustainability is the real game changer. Because if you can't maintain it, if you can't live with it, you'll never keep it, and you'll probably never ever enjoy it, ever, if you're always pushing too hard. Most guys will click off this video around now, or will have already, because I'm challenging your ego. I am challenging your ultimate beliefs from what you have seen online. But ask yourself, who are you going to be? Are you going to be the guy that makes progress, gets a sick physique, is in the shape of your life and is respected by others? Or are you going to be the guy that is constantly in a bulk, that never actually gains muscle and is always slightly out of shape? Are you going to be the guy that trains a ridiculous amount each week but never really grows any muscle? Who do you actually want to be? So leave the ego at the door, listen to what I've got to say. I know that this is counter to your belief, but I am going to give you a better method to getting the results that you actually want. Don't follow bad advice that you see online. Don't follow world-class bodybuilders that literally do this as a career. You aren't them. And also, commit to one thing. Follow one thing. Stop getting distracted. Stop jumping program to program. Stop swapping up your nutrition every goddamn week. Track and stay consistent. Don't get distracted with crap that you have seen or fancy workouts that you have seen posted somewhere, right? So step one, before tactics, you need to actually decide who it is you want to be. Who do you want? If you want to be a bodybuilder, go for it. Do the extreme, push hard. If you want to be someone that is aesthetic, looks great, but also has a career, has a great relationship, has good balance outside of the gym, actually lives and enjoys life, isn't someone that is just a gym rat with their hood up all the time, who's moody, who's grumpy, who stares at the floor, listens to fucking music that puts you down or gets you in that like pissed off mood. You want to be someone that's actually energized, that's nice to be around, that has good positive interactions with people. Don't drain yourself in the gym and push everything else, everyone else, away from you. Decide who you want to be. If bodybuilding is a career, go for it. But choose, commit to one. So the systems I use with my clients, and now myself, are based off of 3 pillars. First off is train smart, not extreme. Follow the right workout plan for you that is structured 3 to 4 times a week is more than enough for the majority of guys. More than enough. When you train too much, you often see a decrease in results because 1, you can't bring that intensity into every single session if you're training every day, and 2, you're not recovering enough if you're training every single day. The recovery is just as important as the actual workouts themselves. So when you nail the right balance, 3 to 4, with the right split, with the right structure, you tend to see more results. I've seen this countless times with clients that come to me who are discipline junkies, who push far too hard, and they actually plateau their own progress because of it. Number 2, nutrition flexibility. You need to prioritize good whole food. You need to be hitting your protein targets. However, you also need to have an 80-20 split. I genuinely believe that. Unless you are pushing really hard for a diet, or for a holiday, or for a photo shoot, or for some big event, you might have to be locked in, really single-minded. But the majority of the time, we want to see progress while living our lives. 80-20 split is perfect. 5, 6 days of the week, you're locked in with your nutrition. 7th day, you can go out with your girl, have a good dinner, spend some quality time with her, de-stress, go out with the guys, grab some food, have the food that you want to have, but then make sure the other times of the day, the other times of the week, you are dialed. Because it really isn't just about how you look. You want to be healthy, you want to feel good, you want to be energized. That should be the priority. So enjoy eating good whole foods. And when you can, that small amount of time, go have some tasty shit that probably isn't good for you. but it's enjoyable because that's life. Food is genuinely one of the best things about being alive, and experiencing the ranges of it, I think, is important and creates sustainability. And the last one is progress through adjustments. This one is so important. A lot of guys make the mistake of deciding to do one thing and stick with it indefinitely. That could be your training program. That could be your nutrition. Saying, oh, you know, I'm going to go stick to X amount of calories, whether it's ridiculously low or ridiculously high, and go, I'm going to run that and just go with it. That's not how things should go. Your progress needs to be made through weekly or monthly adjustments. You cannot do the same thing forever and expect to see continuous results. You need to make adjustments as you go. Particularly, this takes away from the idea of being perfect all the time. If you can make adjustments as you go, there is more flexibility around your week, around making sure you're making progress every single week, right? So adjustments are absolutely crucial. Things you can adjust is your cardio, your steps, your nutrition, your workouts, making sure you're making a lifestyle adjustments as well, like sleeping more, decreasing stress levels. Supplements can even help, but supplements is definitely further down the list. So here's some things that you can actually do immediately to follow this plan. Stop overtraining if you're going into sessions tired or you're demotivated and you're not actually seeing the progress you want. Commit to doing 4 workouts a week that actually have structure and that you can follow and that you can progress on every single time you do those sessions. So commit to 4. Sometimes 3 might be better for you. Then I want you to track your calories and your protein, nothing else, really nothing else. Your fats and your carbs are important, but aren't absolutely crucial. I do suggest not eating crazy amounts of bad fats from like pizzas and crisps and stuff, because we want to stay healthy, like I said. But if you want to see results, calories and protein are what really matters most. So if you're trying to bulk, if you're trying to put on some lean muscle mass, weigh yourself, keep your calorie tracking coming in, and make sure you're gaining, really, truthfully, about 1% body weight per week. Nothing drastic if you want to gain lean muscle mass. If you're trying to cut down, if you need to, track your body weight and make adjustments weekly. Small amounts of calorie decreases. Truthfully, I think the perfect adjustments per week for a calorie deficit is around 50 to 80 calories. Again, you're not pushing extremes. If you hit a plateau, remove 50 to 80 calories from your fats and carbs, from your overall calories. Don't mess around with your protein. And then finally, if it is fat loss you're going for, make adjustments outside of that. So try and burn more calories by moving more. Add 20 minutes more daily movement in, whether it's going a walk, doing some spin bike, something you enjoy, a sport you enjoy, or going to the gym and hitting a wee cardio session. If vice versa, you are trying to build muscle, within acceptable ranges, you can make adjustments too. You can decrease your calorie burn, but I would still suggest you're doing some form of cardio and your steps are still decently high, so that you're fit, so that you're healthy, so that you are feeling good and energized. But none of this works. None of it works if your environment isn't sustainable. If you are in a low standard environment with low quality people, messy ass room, junk food in your cupboards, crap apps on your phone like food delivery apps, none of it will work if you have a low standard environment. So you need to pull your standards up in order to see the results that you want. When you start seeing those results, these habits that you once thought were hard, these sacrifices that you thought were real sacrifices, aren't actually real sacrifices, and they become a standard to your life. Because discipline really does create freedom. The higher your standards are, the easier the results come, right? This is how I coach my clients. I very rarely push extremes. Unless we are doing photo shoots or whatever, like I said before, pushing the extreme isn't necessary. You can see a phenomenal change to your physique, to your lifestyle, to your mindset from making sure you have the right plan and staying in the middle instead of pushing both ends, right? This is now the strategy that I'm going to follow, and I will be documenting the process because I want to prove to you that you really do not need to be pushing extremes to see fucking awesome results. And this isn't laziness. This is not doing less for laziness' sake. It is doing less to actually build the lifestyle that you want, to achieve other goals in life that you want, while keeping lean, getting stronger, building muscle, and keeping your confidence crazy, crazy high. No extremes, no being fragile. We are not average guys. But if we have the right strategy, we can make everything work. We can find a balance in everything. So right now, you're at a crossroads. Keep on doing what you're doing and struggling to see results, or genuinely follow my plan that I've just laid out for you. Give it a go, even if you're skeptical. Trust me, it will work, right? If you want a wee bit of help with that, DM me balance on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp's down below. My Instagram is down below as well. You can message me there. Or you can click the link to apply for coaching and we can speak about it and how this approach might work for you. So trust me guys, this is the phase of life that I'm really excited for. I've pushed hard for long enough. I'm excited to go into a lifestyle phase. I'm excited to take the foot off the gas and still see phenomenal results so I can achieve other goals that I have set in life while continuing to make progress, staying lean, staying jacked, and getting fucking stronger, right? So hope you enjoyed, hope that helped. Peace out, have a phenomenal day. Let's fucking go.